welcome back to the Toppy Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Connor Williams, and we're back with another video. And today it's the announcement that we have signed a striker, and he's not 19, and he should be ready for the first team. Although at the time of recording, um, we did already see the debut of Schmidt, and I don't think he played that badly. Must be said, it was against Wolves in that unfortunate 1-0 loss. But I don't think he played that badly, to be completely honest with you. But no, this is Beto. This is the Beto announcement signing. Fabrizio Romano alluded to it a couple of days ago. The fee is around 30 million euros, sort of, so with add-ons as well. Typical Everton. There's always add-ons, and there's always different bits to the sort of deal. So yeah, the way Paddy Boylan has said it is that Beto is undergoing his blah blah blah. Everton will pay 21.4 million pounds plus 2.4 million in add-ons. The no payment is due until the next financial year, so we'll pay around about that, but that's not till the next financial year, which is fantastic. So yeah, great to see Beto though, 25 years old from Udinese. I know people are looking at his goals. And his highest scoring season was 21 goals in 34 games in the second division of Portugal. Then he got for Ponta Muniz, he got 11 in 30. And then for Udinese, he's had 11 goals in 28 games, 10 in 33, and 0 in 0 this season. And I know what people are thinking, they're Moipai numbers. And they are. But he fits the style better. He's much more like a Calvert-Lewin than a Neil Moipai. And that's one of the main things. If Neil Moipai was 6'5", I don't think we'd be looking for a striker. His strengths are his dribbling, his finishing. He likes to dribble. He's great on the counter attack. Likes to do flick-ons. He is very much a Calvert-Lewin like player, but with, I'd argue, better dribbling statistics than Calvert-Lewin. On my Twitter, at C_Williams61097, I posted a sort of graph between him and Calvert-Lewin using the stats from FBref. And I also posted one between Beto, Calvert-Lewin, and Neil Moipai in the box, obviously using their best season. So I picked Calvert-Lewin's from 2 ago because that means he's got more minutes, so it's a bit fairer. And Beto came in as just slightly under Calvert-Lewin in terms of in the box, but better than Moipai. He's had 60 shots in the box in the 2022 season. He had 9.9 MPXG, so non-penalty expected goals, and scored 9. He's had 18 headed shots with 1 headed goal, compared to the likes of Neil Moipai, who's got 6. Calvert-Lewin, for example, got 16.9 MPXG and got 16 goals in the 2020 season. He also had fewer touches in the box. Calvert-Lewin was lethal that season. But Moipai, for example, he had 5 non-penalty expected goals and scored 1. A lot of them, none of them headed goals, not a lot of headed shots, a few touches in the box. And from really close up, you can see sort of the areas they're working in. And Neil Moipai should have had 5 goals. But yeah, he's just more rounded. I'd say he's very, very similar to Calvert-Lewin. I've seen a couple of the montages going around as well, and he's a good dribbler with pace, nice finish on him. I'm quite excited to welcome Beto. Like I said, I compared him and Calvert-Lewin. I compared his 2022 season to Calvert-Lewin's sort of 2020 season. And I'll get it up now because I've just realised I'm not very good at explaining it. You're probably thinking, right, well, unless you show me, I don't know. So I'll show you quickly this graph I'm on about. So you can see here the graph. The red is Calvert-Lewin and the blue is Beto. So and then that's another one as well. I think I did one as a striker and one as a target man. Sort of to compare the two, because obviously different styles that require different attributes. So as you can see, non-penalty goals, Calvert-Lewin did outperform him in that 2020 season, but it has to be said, he played 800 more minutes, and that Calvert-Lewin was an animal last season. Calvert-Lewin under Carlo Ancelotti was just absolutely phenomenal. But as you can see, Beto is similar. He's not far off in terms of shooting shots, non-penalty XG, passing. He's quite similar. He's better at getting assists than Calvert-Lewin. He's got better open play shots created for others. He's got better interceptions and tackles. Successful dribbles is the main one there, and self-created shots. 10 self-created shots percentage compared to Calvert-Lewin's 7.2, and then 1.2 successful dribbles compared to Calvert-Lewin's 0.7. Because Calvert-Lewin back then was the type of player, he was like the Inzaghi, wasn't he? He was a poacher. You don't want him to dribble. You want him to get in and amongst it and score, which fair play to Carlo Ancelotti, turned him into an animal. This is the target man template, and this is your meat and two veg. This is the one where you can see him compared to Calvert-Lewin in the role. He's more than likely going to play. So as you can see there, headers won. He's slightly under Calvert-Lewin, but headers won percentage is very similar. Headed shots are very similar. Progressive passes received are similar. He doesn't do as many progressive passes as Dominic Calvert-Lewin. His passing is a weakness, if I'm going to be honest. But his touches in the penalty area are great. His open play shots created for others is great. He's just a very, very good player. He knows how to dribble to take a defender away. He can come in off the left, cut it inside, run at you with pace. He has a bit of skill behind him. There's a couple of step overs I saw him do and stuff like that. He really is a talented lad. And I can't explain how much I think he's a good fit for us. I think if you're asking me, is he better than that Calvert-Lewin? The answer's no. But can we ever get that Calvert-Lewin back is a big question. I hope so, but you have to think as well in terms of who the manager is. It's Sean Dyche. If he got Calvert-Lewin and Beto fully fit, he might play them together in the 4-4-2. That would be an interesting one. It would be one certainly to watch out for. But I think he can also do the Dominic Calvert-Lewin role in the lone striker and do it fine enough. It's almost not fair to compare him to Calvert-Lewin in one way, because I think they will either one will play instead of the other. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin might play instead of him, or they'll play together. More realistically, should have looked at Neil Moipai and looked at him compared to Beto, because that's who you got to ask yourself. It's not, is he better than Calvert-Lewin? Although it is important and he is similar and he is a very similar player. It's, is he better than what we've got instead of Calvert-Lewin, which is obviously Neil Moipai? And I think the answer is yeah. I'll just show you quickly that the inside the box graph as well, because this is very interesting before we end on. I think this is worth looking at if you're a football fan. So as you can see now on our screen, this is his shot distribution in the box. Very, very lethal. Some great chances. 60 shots, 9 goals out of a 9.9 MPXG. So he maybe should have got 10 goals, you could argue. Touches in the box though, 6 per 90, 6.04. And shot to touch ratio, 0.41. So he's very, very good in the box with getting his shots away from touches. You then look at him compared to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who has less shots to touch ratio and less touches in the box. That's what I mean. He was a proper poacher this season, Calvert-Lewin. Phenomenal. Look at that. Gets chances and he scores in these places. And then obviously you compare him to Neil Moipai. It's not looking good. Takes similar amount of touches, but he's just not getting the goals. So, and Beto's dribbling, I believe, is what causes him to get more touches in the area, unlike Calvert-Lewin, who is a great player. I do like him a lot. I just think his dribbling isn't all there, but his passing is better than Beto's, better, the stats suggest. Obviously, we'll have to give him the eye test properly, because stats only tell half a story. Compilations tell a quarter, if that, like a fifth of a story. I'm sure I could play five-a-side and upload some of my best bits and people would be like, oh, he needs to sign for us. You know, anyone looks good on a compilation, they put the best bits in. So yeah, that's the other thing. Like, compilations, they're nice, it's good, but take them with a very big pinch of salt, because I'm convinced any footballer could look good in a 10-minute comp if you get the right footage behind it. But I like him. I like Beto. He's a player I've been wanting for a while. I wanted him last season when he was linked with us. my attitude towards him has not changed. I think the fact we don't have to pay till the next financial year is lovely. And I don't think the price is awful. I think somebody asked me on Twitter, what do you think's a fair price for Beto, bearing in mind these stats? And I said, it's brutal out there to sign strikers and stuff like that. But I did say I wouldn't pay any more than what we're paying, and that's a fair enough point. So yeah, fantastic. Great to see Beto join us. It's a striker. It's a striker that will get straight in the team, hopefully, and make a difference. So welcome, Beto, to Everton. Look forward to seeing you. Look forward to celebrating some goals. Yeah, and up the toffees. That's all we've got time for. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts on Beto. I look forward to reading them. I'll see you soon.